Hello out there, and welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a good week. Purpose of this video, the last couple of weeks I've been really digging into my collection of CDs of jazz music. So during the day, as I'm working from home, I've been listening to a lot of jazz music. More so, I think what the album that, how would you say it, put me back into listening to jazz. It wasn't a jazz album, but it's been noted that that album does have some jazz feeling to it. And the album that I'm referring to is Jefferson Airplane's Bathing at Baxter's. I hope I remember that title right. But we know that album. I'm sure everyone has a copy of that. The album with the airplane on the cover. And so I really think that started it, and I started pulling some of my favorites out of my jazz collection. One of them I pulled back from the trade pile, and so every once in a while I'm like, I like it, I don't like it, I like it. So I'm listening to it again, and I'm back on the I like it side. I can't explain that other than that's the only way I can explain it. So let me just show three of them that I've been really listening to and enjoying a lot this week. 1962 Dexter Gordon release, Go. And I really love the music of Dexter Gordon. I think just about every Blue Note album, and there's probably others that I haven't even got a chance to listen to, are just some of his best albums. Now, this one right here is the music is jazz, of course, hard bop, but that bright track opener that starts it off is such one of my favorites, and it's Cheesecake. I simply love that song. And this whole album just sounds really good, and everything in it works really well together. He has musicians as Sonny Clark on piano, Butch Warren on drums, and Billy Higgins. Billy Higgins on drums and Butch Warren on bass. Excuse me. And one of the other songs that I really like is the passionate song, I guess I'll Hang My Tears Out to Dry. That is just such a beautiful track. All right, now I didn't plan it this way, but this other one came out in 62, and that is John Coltrane's Bye Bye Blackbird. I simply love this album. It is a live album. It's only has two tracks, and it's really two tracks that are simply like. Blackbird is the hard bop jazz track, and the tune Training In, which is almost 20 minutes, is the Anne Vanguard jazz track, and I simply love that track. I had that one on repeat over and over for a while on my CD player, but apparently this is an album that was released, like I said, in 62 during his European tour a while back in the early 2000s. I never seen it, but apparently there was a 7 CD set released covering the years of that European tour. But yeah, this is really good. I don't think I've ever seen it on vinyl, but it has Mackay Tyner, Elvin Jones, and Jimmy Garrison. Folks, check this out. And if you like avant-garde jazz, Training In is a really good track on here. Simply love that piece. Now here's the album. This one came out much later. It says 65. I'm not really for sure. But this is the one that sometimes I like and sometimes I don't like. And I was glad to find it on CD when I did find it. This is John Coltrane's Om. And after hearing it on CD, the CD sounds good. I just didn't see that I needed to get it on vinyl. I felt like I was gonna, the track is meant to hear as a whole. If that makes any sense. And I'm not sure about the album. I believe it's split into two, side one, side two. But like I said, don't quote me on that. This is free jazz, spiritual. I like the way that it almost has like a little bit of a Love Supreme vibe to it. There is like this chant, Coltrane, and I'm not sure who else is joining them, that they sounds like they're saying some kind of prayer or something very spiritual. And then the music kicks in and it gets sort of like Ascension, but it has, this album itself is on its own plateau. And I was listening to it and I think it just sounds like a struggle, the music, for spiritual freedom, spiritual prayer, to, you know, be peace with God and with man on earth. I don't know. That's just my impression of it. It's really powerful. I mean, there's parts of the music where it gets really intense. And like I said, I pulled this back from my trade pile, and I think I'm going to go ahead and hang on to it for a little bit longer. It album was released on Impulse, and like I said, avant-garde jazz. As I'm getting older, I like it, and sometimes I don't like it. Sometimes I feel like Coltrane and Miles is all I need from them, from those two artists for avant-garde jazz. I like free jazz, and I still like Arnett Coleman's album Free Jazz. So there you go, folks. 3 jazz albums that I've been listening to here recently. I'll probably come back and share some more of my jazz jam sessions. Until then, everyone have a good rest of your week and see you soon.